Okay. Alrighty, beautiful people. Welcome to your self-love masterclass. Break the pattern of toxic relationships. So how do you stop people pleasing and start putting yourself first? My name is Alexis. I am an empath coach and energy healer. I am so excited to be here with you today. And I want to say thank you so much for registering for this event and for showing up and turning up and for putting yourself first and putting the time, energy, and effort into yourself, into your own personal development and growth, and for being here today. So this is an interactive masterclass. So what that means is I will be asking you questions along the way. So please type your answers into the chat box. And if you feel brave enough and ready enough, come off mute and come jump onto the screen and answer the questions. How does that sound? Type a yes if you are on board with that. Type a yes in the chat box right now. Yes. Oh, beautiful. I love it. I love you guys. Amazing. Okay. So I want to be super mindful and respectful and conscious of you and your time. So I want to make sure that you are in the right place. So this training is for you. If you are sick and tired of struggling with self-love, toxic relationships, people pleasing and overgiving, type a yes if you are sick of those things. And if you are ready to break these patterns, to start loving and putting yourself first, because this is what it's all about. So I can see some yeses coming through, which is amazing. Yes. And I also have another live workshop that I'm running, how to transform your inner critic into your inner cheerleader. If you want access to that workshop, if you want an invitation to that workshop, it's also another free workshop. Please email me, type your email to me privately, and I will send you an invitation. All right, so I can see that we're in the right place. I'm loving this. Okay, so also I want to be super clear. So I want to be really crystal clear and just really express that this training is not for you if you are not willing, ready, and able to change. So this is not for people, so completely NO, if you are happy for things in your life to stay the same, if you are happy to keep repeating the same mistakes that keep you in these toxic relationships, and if you don't want to take any action to change, and if you want to continue to play the role of the victim and you don't want to learn and grow and you want to stay stuck and not be open, ready, and willing and able to receive new information, new ideas into your life. So are you in the right place? Let me know if you're in the right place. Now, this workshop will go on for roughly about an hour and a half. So please make sure that you don't have any distractions, right? By that, I mean, please make sure that you have a notebook and a pen, because I'm going to be giving you loads of add value content that's honestly going to change your life, and that you're not going to be interrupted throughout this, that your mobile's on silent, and you're not going to have any intrusions or anything popping up in your space, so notifications, etc. So if you're in a laptop, close down all your other windows, make sure your messages aren't going to pop up, and there's not going to be like anything beeping or flashing at you. All right, sounds good? Yes. Okay, so this is my promise to you. I promise to give you so much incredible add value content. I promise to give you things that are actually going to really help you, that you can take action, that you actually get to start actioning straight away. And this is going to be an interactive workshop. So I'll be asking you questions. Get ready to type your answers into the chat box and get ready to start taking notes into your notepad or journal. Now, this is what other people have said about my workshops, which is super exciting. And this is really nice because these are comments that have popped up on my Instagram. So I am all about doing these things. I am all about helping you to love yourself, value yourself, respect yourself, be yourself, and trust yourself, right? Because that's essentially the core root issue of attracting toxic relationships, being in toxic relationships, whoever that relationship is with. And it's also about really giving yourself permission to love yourself. So type in love if you're ready to start loving yourself. Love. Oh, I love that. Amazing. Okay. So I want to say that you are more than good enough just the way that you are. And you absolutely deserve to give this gift to yourself. So please make the most of it. As I mentioned multiple times, make sure you're ready to participate, to interact, to take loads of notes, and stay till the end because I'm going to give you a really amazing opportunity at the end. Ready for it? Who's excited? All right. So today we're going to learn these 3 key things. I'm going to explain to you, teach you, guide you the top 3 mistakes that are keeping you stuck in toxic relationships. We're going to go into exactly what toxic relationships are, who you can have them with, why you keep attracting them into your life, and why you're not attracting easy, happy, loving, healthy, beautiful relationships, whoever that may be with, right? And I'm going to explain to you and guide you through the 3 steps to get out of and stop attracting toxic relationships. Type in excited if you are excited to start this journey. Are you excited? I don't see excited. Yes, excited. Oh, Samantha, love that. Love the exclamation marks. Okay, everyone else still with me? Yes, I'm getting more comments. Beautiful. All right, so here are the key signs of a toxic relationship. And I want to explain right now, a toxic relationship is an unhealthy relationship. It's a negative relationship, but it can be disguised as a healthy or loving relationship. Why? Because it can be someone, it can be quite manipulative, and it could be with someone that's a narcissist or someone that is very charismatic or someone that really loves you. But love is a high vibrational feeling. Love is something that comes from a heart space, and love is something that is not negative in any way, shape, or form. As that quote goes, love is patient, love is kind, right? So you can have a toxic relationship with a work colleague, so someone in the workplace, whoever that may be. Is with an employer, could be with a fellow peer, whatever. It could be with a friend. It could be with a family member, whoever that family member is. It could be with an acquaintance. It could even be with a pet, right? Or it could be with your significant other. So your partner, your lover, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. So type in right now, who in your life do you have a toxic relationship with? You don't have to say their names, just what category do they fall into? Friend, partner, lover, family member, work colleague, whatever. So who in your life do you have a toxic relationship with? And here are the key signs that you are in a toxic relationship. So they put you down, even if it's in a joking way, okay? And what I mean by a joking way is if they're constantly giving you crap and teasing you. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, oh, it's a sign of affection. No, if it's consistent, if it's regular, it's not a sign of affection, because let's be honest, let's face it, all jokes are half true, right? Type a yes if you agree with this. And if you're in a relationship, whoever that may be with, where it's based on jokes or putting each other down or teasing, that's not healthy. Okay? That is unhealthy. So this falls into the critical, bullying, teasing type of a relationship. Like, don't get me wrong, once in a while, that's okay. But if it's consistent, then that is not healthy. And that is not something that you need to put up with in your life, because this is your life. You absolutely get to choose who gets to stay in your life. And please write this down. People come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Okay? A season, a reason, or a lifetime. So you do not have to keep people in your lives that are not currently supporting, serving, or uplifting you. Right? Please pop this down. If they are not supporting, serving, or uplifting you, they do not have to remain in your life. Okay? Who agrees with me? Who agrees with me? Right? Yes, if you agree with that, if that resonates with you. Now, other signs of a toxic relationship is if it's abusive, and that's mental, physical, or emotional. Now, what are the key signs of it? Okay, so abuse. Abuse could be someone throwing things at you. Abuse could be where they're literally hitting you, shoving you, pushing you aside. Even if they're moving you aside, that's still abuse, okay? Mental and emotional abuse. This is where they could say horrible things and nasty things to you, like calling you nasty names, like the S word, the W word. I'm sure you can figure out what they are. Calling you a effing whatever, saying that you're stupid, that you're an idiot, that you're whatever. If it's not a nice comment, then that is abuse. Okay, even if they're saying it in a loving or friendly way, no, that's not healthy. That is still abusive. Abusive is also if they're playing mind games with you, if they're deliberately saying or doing things to you to make or feel a certain way. So that falls into the whole manipulation. Silent treatment, someone giving you silent treatment is also a form of abuse, because like withholding communication, withholding sex, withholding anything is a form of manipulation. Okay, type a yes if any of these are resonating with you, or if you are currently or have experienced in the past any of these signs. These are red flags, people. Type in red flags if you've been there, done that, or are currently being there and doing that. Gaslighting. Okay, so gaslighting is something that it actually came from a movie. And it was actually, I can't remember what that movie was called, but basically this is what happened. So gaslighting is when they make you feel or think that you're crazy by doing things deliberately to make you feel or think that you're crazy. For example, I believe this was the instance from the movie. You turn off a light and then they turn it back on. And then they say to you, why did you keep the light on? You're like, I swear I turned it off. No. You didn't turn the light off. You're crazy. You're paranoid, right? That's a form of gaslighting. It's making you, yes, that's what it is. The movie's called Gaslight. So it's deliberately doing things to make you think that you're crazy, right? It could be hiding things from you. It could be you know that they said something, but they make you think that you're crazy. So an example of my personal experience was when an ex of mine told me that he was going out with his friends. And then I asked him, I was like, hey, aren't you going out with your friends? He was like, no, I never said that. What are you like? You must be crazy. You're so paranoid. What is wrong with you? Saying all those things. And I'm like, I swear. And it kept happening a lot. And one day I called him out and I was like, stop gaslighting me, because I learned what it was. And he just instantly stopped. And I was like, oh my God, you know what you're doing. What the hell? Right? And you find yourself apologizing a lot. You find yourself not being comfortable being yourself. You're not confident, you're insecure. It's like emotionally and energetically draining. Another form of a toxic relationship and an unhealthy relationship is if it's codependent, right? If you feel like you need to be with that person all the time, that isn't a sign of an unhealthy relationship. It's not love. That's a sign of an unhealthy relationship, because a healthy relationship is when you complement each other. It's like you've got two circles like this, like like your eyes, right? So these are two circles, and you complement each other. You love each other. You love to be with each other, but you don't have to be together 24/7. This unhealthy. This is codependent, right? Where you seek love and validation and respect and attention from outside of you rather than from within you, from what your heart space. And the last sign is controlling. So type in right now, what are you currently experiencing or have experienced in the past? Which of these signs? And if you have multiple, then type in multiple. From my personal experience in my life, I've gone through all of them. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this topic and why I'm talking to you about it right now, and why I coach my clients on this, and why I'm doing this to be able to help you, because I've been there and I never, ever, ever want anyone to go through what I went through. Okay, I can see a lot of multiples on here. Good, you're in the right place. This is here to help you because I love you. I'm sending you guys so much love. So this is what it can feel like, and type in how you're feeling, like which one of these that you're feeling. So worthless, overwhelmed. Did I say that right? Overwhelmed, drained, miserable, anxious, insecure, not yourself, lonely, unsupported, unloved, and completely resentful. So which one are you currently feeling right now, or have you felt in the past? And I'm going to share with you my story. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this is I used to be a toxic relationship magnet. Why? Because we recreate the familiar. What does that actually mean? Please write that down. We recreate the familiar, right? So our idea of love, our idea of a relationship, whether it be healthy or unhealthy, is created from our first experiences. So it's created from childhood. It's created from when we're in the womb. It's created from birth. And this goes back 7 generations and it goes forward 7 generations. So what happens is the emotional wounds that we suffer, that we go through, they're imprinted. So we absorb them, right? So type in empath if you're an empath. So an empath is someone who is super emotional, super sensitive. You can literally feel other people's energy. You can feel other people's emotions. It's pretty exhausting, and it feels like you're like an energy sponge, right? And you can get quite drained. So type in empath in the chat box if you're an empath. I'm an empath. It's why I'm an empath coach and energy healer, because I've been there, and before I knew that I was an empath, oh my goodness, I used to feel super drained all the time. And I remember, and this was like one of my wake up moments, right? This picture symbolizes what I felt like. I literally came home one day and I was in corporate finance. I was in corporate finance for 12 years, and it wasn't lighting me up. Like, it wasn't setting my soul on fire, and I felt consistently drained because it was a very negative atmosphere. So I was absorbing that all the time. And I remember coming home one day and I rushed up to my room and I closed the door and I literally sat like this against the corner of my bed, and I was literally physically hiding. Let me know, like, type in hiding if you feel like you feel these moments where you just want to do this. And I just wanted to get away from everyone and everything. And I was just crying and crying and crying. And my partner then at the time comes in the room and he opens the door and he was like, "What's wrong with you?" And it's like, "Why are you doing, like, why are you hiding?" And I just couldn't stop crying. I was like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know what's wrong." And I couldn't, and I just felt all of these things and I felt so miserable and so depressed. But on the outside, I looked like I had everything. I had like a good relationship. I had beautiful friends, beautiful family. I was like really successful in my corporate career, 6-figure salary. I had, properties, I had a car. I had what you think that everyone should have, right? But I was miserable on the inside. And I didn't realize then that I was a toxic relationship magnet. And and I'm going to explain to you where that comes from very shortly in the next few slides. But let me know, like, does this resonate with you? Have you been there? Do you feel any of this? Because this moment for me was a wake up call. This moment for me where I was like, I need to do something about this. Because he walked away in a huff. He was like, "Ah," and he walked away. He's like, "You're always crying." And I was like, I can't be like this anymore. I honestly, like, I don't want to feel like this anymore, right? So this is why people get into toxic relationships. And this is what I started to dive really, really, really deep into. So if you're ignoring the red flags, and your red flags, your personal red flags, if you don't love yourself, right? So I knew at that time that I was seeking and trying to get love and attention from outside of me. So type in love if you experience it. If you yourself lack self-love and you seek love and that feel-good feeling from outside of you, whether it's from people giving you compliments, attention, presents, sex, food, exercise, whatever it is, like, are you trying to seek that sense of love and that feeling really good from outside of you? Another red flag is if you feel like you're not good enough, if you feel like you're unworthy and undeserving. And then what I was mentioning before, recreating the familiar. So what happens is that whatever you grew up experiencing, whatever your relationship was like at home, whatever your relationships like were with your parents, your siblings, school, whatever, that essentially creates your sense of love, right? It's just like taste buds. Did you know that our taste buds are formulated within the first 7 to 10 years? So we kind of gravitate towards foods that make us feel like home, right? And what makes you feel like home, or what reminds you of home, is what you first started eating when you were a child. This is the same thing with relationships. Whatever you first started to experience with a child, that becomes your norm. That's essentially why people date people that are like their parents. Type in parents if you've ever dated someone that is like your parents, and you've just kind of woken up going, "Oh my God, I've literally been dating my dad," or "Oh my God, I've literally been dating my mom." And even to the extent where people can date people that actually look like their parents, right? Like, trust me, my dad's name is Michael, and I dated 2 Michaels. Crazy, right? So type in parents if you've dated someone that is like your parents. And this isn't sick, this isn't wrong. This is perfectly normal because what our brains, our minds, our egos do is they want to keep us safe. Okay. So what they do is they want to recreate the familiar because that's what we know. They want to keep us in the known because your brain can then predict this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to recreate the familiar. I'm going to create an experience that you've already been through, right? That you already know, that is familiar to you, because our brains, our minds, our egos don't want to exert extra energy and put us into the unknown because the unknown is scary. Whereas the known, what we've already experienced, the past, is something that is familiar. And what we have is patterns so our brain creates patterns, right? So they're neurons. So basically what happens is when you learn how to do something, like you learn how to walk, your mind creates that pattern, right? So it's a pathway. It's like a pathway from A to B, like kind of like dot to dot. Okay. So for example, like imagine when you're first learning how to walk. What happens is it's like your brain does this. It's like your brain gets out a pencil and it draws a line from A to B. And it's like, okay, kind of know how to do this. And then when you do it over and over and over and over again, then it becomes really, really familiar. It becomes really predictable. So then that line, instead of being a penciled line, it becomes a line with a permanent marker. So you automatically know how to do it without even thinking. So right now, if you were to think about walking, you would do it automatically. You don't even have to think about it, right? You become unconsciously competent at it. This is the same thing with relationships. The first time you observe something, that's when your mind goes, so that's how it's meant to be, right? Or you experience something, and it doesn't even have to be something that happens to you. It could be something that you observe simply by observing, because remember, as children, we're absolutely sponges. So if you have any children, up until the age of 10, they are complete sponges. They absorb everything and anything, even when they're sleeping, okay? Because their minds are fully in the subconscious. It's in that theta state. It's in that brainwave state where they're complete sponges. And you can also be in that state when you're watching TV. So it's very, very important to know what you are consuming. Because when you're in TV, it's like you're being hypnotized. Your brainwave slow down, so you start to absorb everything in that space, right? It's one of the reasons why I don't like watching horrors or thrillers. So that's what happens. That sets a course for us, like our childhood, our first 10 years sets a course for us for what we're going to recreate in the future. Type a yes if this resonates with you. And if you are getting this and you're like, this is starting to make sense now. Because I want you to know that whatever you're experiencing or whatever you have experienced is not your fault. Whatever anyone said to you, it is not your fault. You are beautiful, you are worthy and deserving of love, and you are more than good enough. And all it is just a matter of breaking the patterns. Okay? So people also get into relationships when we're feeling that we're not good enough. If you're not putting yourself first, if you were never taught how to love yourself and you don't know how to put yourself first, you're not setting loving boundaries. So that means saying yes when you want to say yes and no when you want to say no. So please write this down. It's either a F yes or a hell no. F yes or hell no. Please type that into the chat box. It's a F yes or a hell no. And if you're unsure about it, then the answer is no, right? Please type that in chat box. F yes or hell no. So, and then the other sign is if you are not following your intuition, you're not listening to your heart, your gut. And I'm not just saying listen to it, it's following it, right? Because this can be completely life-saving. Did you know that Mark Wahlberg was meant to be at the 9/11 scene? Last minute, his intuition, he was meant to be on the flight, right? Last minute, his intuition said, drive instead. And he was like, what the hell? That's like a 2-day drive. Can you imagine? So he drove. So he wasn't in the plane. Crazy, right? F yes or hell no. Exactly right. And if you are struggling to listen to your intuition, then this means you're living up here. You're living in your head. And you're on the hamster wheel, stuck in overthinking and overanalyzing. Who's stuck on the hamster wheel right now? And the way to get out of this hamster wheel is to get into your body. So start tuning in and listening to your body. Okay, so I want to be really crystal clear with you and say that your relationship with others is a reflection of the relationship that you have with yourself. So toxic relationships and anything outside of you, people pleasing, and getting into unhealthy patterns, whether that be with people, food, relationships, whatever, the world is a mirror of your inner world. Okay, so your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. Please write that down. Your outer world is just a reflection of what's happening inside of you, of your inner world. So if you are not loving and nourishing yourself, if you are not loving and nourishing your body, then it's going to be reflected in your outer world. Every time you get triggered, and a trigger is an unpleasant emotion. Okay, a trigger is when you feel angry, sad, scared, frustrated, guilty, or shameful. If you are triggered by any of those emotions, that's an amazing thing. That's when you get to celebrate. You're like, yay, triggers. I know it doesn't feel good at the time, but when a trigger comes up, when a trigger is revealed, it's a sign that something within you needs to be healed. That's another thing to write down. When a trigger is revealed, it's a sign that something within you needs to be healed. There's something that you need to let go of. Otherwise, you wouldn't be triggered. Okay. And you could get triggered by something big or something small in your life. But every time you get triggered, it just means there's something within you that you need to forgive, that you need to let go of, that you need to really start to uncover, look at, and heal. Okay. Now, how do I know all of this? Because, like I mentioned to you before, I was a toxic relationship magnet. I was the queen of self-sabotage. Type in these words, toxic or self-sabotage, if you have been in the same boat. And I was a massive, massive, massive people pleaser. I was someone that always sought love from outside of me. And for me, that catalyst moment was when I was sitting there crying on the floor and I was like, I can't feel like this anymore. I was so sick. I had so many health issues. And please write this down as well. Health issues are a manifestation of a problem, right? Health issues are a symptom of the problem. They're never the actual problem. So I suffered from periods that would last for months on end, cervical cancer scares, breast cancer scares. So I'm talking about like cancerous cells, precancerous cells, not fun. I had asthma, so I had to take my puff up to 12 times a day. Horrible skin, and bad skin like acne is a sign that of self-hatred. So I didn't like myself. I didn't love myself. I had massive, massive body shame. I was a girl that never left the house without makeup on. I was a girl that would wore super, super baggy clothes, which is like why I'm really happy with this picture and why it's here, because it's a reminder that I've come a long way in nourishing and loving my body. I had horrible hives, rashes, acne, diarrhea, constipation, vomiting, nausea, stomach cramps all the time, migraines, headaches, bronchitis every 3 months without fail, colds and flus, anemia, super pale, super anemic, chronic fatigue, and the list goes on. And I had all of that for most of my life. So I was that girl that was super flaky, that was always sick. Type in sick if you resonate with this, and if you've experienced any of these health issues. So what I realized was that I needed to change my relationship with myself. So I dove really, really deep into this. I invested over 60K into myself and over 10 years of training, right? So life coaching, rapid transformational therapy, different type like hypnosis, accredited hypnosis, Psych-K, different types of meditation, energy healing, because I wanted to fix myself and I wanted to be able to help others, because I never wanted anyone to go through what I went through. So is this resonating with anyone? Has anyone been in any of these positions or is currently experiencing that now? Type a yes if you have. I can see some yeses coming in on the screen. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, absolutely. So does that help you, knowing that health issues are a symptom of the problem and it's just a manifestation of what is unresolved within? So I want to tell you right now that the only thing that is getting in the way, that is blocking and stopping you from having what you want, from magnetically attracting the love that you actually desire, not the love that you're creating from the familiar, but the love that you desire, and your soulmate tribe that uplift you, serve you, and support you, the only obstacle in the way is yourself. The only obstacle in the way is your limiting beliefs. How does that sound to you? The only obstacle in your way is your limiting beliefs. And the root cause of your limiting beliefs are these 3 beliefs right here. So I'm going to tell you what they are. And please write this down, because these are the root cause beliefs. Beliefs are just stories that we tell ourselves over and over and over again. But just like a story, you can put that storybook down, chuck it away, and grab a storybook that's actually going to serve you and support you. The first one is not good enough. I am not good enough. That is the root cause of most people, root cause belief, right? Yes, and I have concern that I've been around so many toxic people that I'm now toxic. I'm aware but can't seem to find the help to overcome it. Beautiful. That is exactly why you're here. Bridget, my other workshop, I think you would really like it. If you want access to that, how to transform your inner critic into your inner cheerleader, please type your email in and we'll get you an invite. So second belief is I don't fit in, or I don't belong, or I'm different. They all mean the same thing, but they're just different words for it. Oh, beautiful. Mwah, love you. Okay, third one is I can't have what I want, or love is not available to me. Whatever, like it means the same thing, but it's just said differently. So type in, what is your root cause belief? I'm not good enough. I'm different. I don't belong, or I don't fit in. Or thirdly, I can't have what I want, or love, money, abundance, whatever it is not available to me. What is your root cause belief? Because the first step in the first step in changing yourself is self-awareness. So it's really, really critical that we bring up all of this now. Beautiful, Samantha. Thank you for sharing. Good work, guys. Amazing. So those are the 3 root cause beliefs. So anytime you find yourself feeling not good about yourself, feeling any of those negative feelings, right? Fear, guilt, shame, sadness, anger, they are low vibration emotions. Okay? So there's a scale of consciousness, there's a scale of vibration, which is basically a scale of feelings. And if you are operating in low vibration emotions, I can pretty much guarantee that you won't attract the love that you desire. You won't have that magnetic attraction. And you know what I mean by magnetic attraction? You know, when someone walks into a room and you don't even you're just like, oh my God, I just want to be around that person. They don't have to be physically attractive, or like you don't have to be physically attracted to them. They just have this energy about them, right? Type in energy if you know what I'm saying, if you can feel what I'm saying. And then you've got some people that just have an amazing energy. You just want to be around them, right? These people are people that, you know, you feel safe with, that you want to tell your life story to. And I'm pretty much guaranteeing you probably have this energy right now. That's why you're an empath, and that's why people are attracted to you, especially narcissists. So narcissists are people that don't like themselves, that are manipulative, very, very, very charismatic, very, very, very charming. And they prey on people like empaths because they don't love themselves either. And then what they do is they want to kind of like soak up your energies, like energy vampires, not in a good way. And they kind of use you to make themselves feel good. They're constantly needing you to feed their ego, right? To make themselves feel good. And this is what it's like. So I'm just going to find a pen right now. Actually, I'll just use my hands. Okay. This is what it's like. So this is a seesaw fact. Amazing for explaining it to kids. Who's got kids? Type in kids if you have kids. Imagine that this is a seesaw. So my arm is a seesaw, right? Good. Kids. Love it. So if you have someone that does not feel good about themselves, that does not love, value, like, or even love or respect themselves, this is what they do. They want to put you down, so tease you, say horrible things to you, say nasty things to you, call you nasty names, abuse you, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, to put you down. So this is what happens, right? So they put you down so they can feel up, because they don't know how to cultivate that love from within. So it's the seesaw effect, right? That's all they're doing. So if someone is being horrible to you, then, or, you know, to your kids, that's all it is. They don't like themselves. So instead of doing things or saying things to make themselves feel better, they put you down so they can make themselves feel better. So anyone that is nasty to you, or anyone that is very judgmental, type in judgmental if you know judgmental people. People that are judgmental just don't like themselves, because people that really, really love themselves, you don't notice anyone else. You don't really care about anyone else. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've been out with friends and they'll be like, oh my God, look at that person, whatever. Like, look at what that person's wearing. I didn't even notice them. I don't care. You know, like if you love yourself, you're focused on your inner world. You're focused on, how can I give myself more love? How can I share more love? How can I cultivate more love from within? And I feel really, really called to share this exercise with you right now. I hand my kids back at the end of the day. Thankfully, I'm a kindergarten teacher. Okay. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you for sharing. Children are so special. So type in ready if you're ready to do a bit of a quick self-love exercise before we get more into this. Ready. I only see 2 readies. I feel like you're not. Now I see loads of readies. Okay. So close your eyes. And I feel like there's a lot of heavy energy in there. So we're going to take 3 massive breaths. So this is what it's going to look like and feel like, right? You're going to inhale from your nose as if you're inhaling the very, very last sip of air that you're ever going to inhale in your life, right? So you're going to, until your lungs are completely expanded. And at the very top, you're going to take 1 last sip of air through your mouth, like you're sucking air through a straw. Hold it. And then you're going to blow all the air out of your mouth like you're blowing out 100 candles on a birthday cake. 2 more times. One more time. Okay. And imagine, see, and feel right now that you are grounding your energy. You're bringing all your energy back to you. So see or feel a tree trunk, a waterfall, or a beam of golden, beautiful healing light going down from your root chakra, your pelvic floor, all the way down, down, down now to the very core of the earth, the center of the earth, where there's a central sun. And this is universal source light, healing, beautiful, divine energy. Now, channel this beautiful source healing light back up. So send it back up and up and up. So it's going up from the core of the earth, from source light, the center of the earth, from the central sun that's in the middle of the earth, all the way up and up and up into your pelvic floor, completely flooding your whole pelvic floor with light. Beautiful golden healing light. And your pelvic floor, between your hips, is where you store a lot of hurt, worries, pain, fear, and sadness, and everything and anything that's not serving you at the moment. So now send all this dark, dense, heavy energy. There's all this negative feelings, emotions, worries, fears, pain, down now, down to the core of the earth. Send it down, shoot it down, see it flooding down this waterfall, tree trunk, or beam of light down under the core of the earth. Okay? Now see this golden light coming up and give yourself permission for this clearing to happen. So golden light going up, heavy energy going down, constantly moving up and down, 24/7 at 100%, like a jet hose, a fire hose, 365 days a week, constantly shifting and clearing your energy, because everything is about energy, thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs. It all comes down to energy. Because what happens is when energy gets stuck in your body or in your field, your aura, then it translates, it becomes a belief, it becomes a story that you tell yourself over and over and over again. And what we do is we store and we hold negative energy, negative stories in our bodies and in our fields. And when it gets stored there for long enough, it manifests into illness. Okay? But it's your body's way of telling you that there is something that you need to heal and let go of. And that's how much your body loves you, right? Because your body loves you. It's your channel, it's your vessel. It's your home. And if you don't look after it, then where will you live in this lifetime? Okay? So now channel this energy now from the core of the earth, the heart of the earth, up into your heart. So let it go up even higher, past your pelvic floor, and let it expand into your heart fully. Constantly from the core of the earth up until your heart. Let it explode into your heart. Feel this golden light as if it's a central sun getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Simultaneously, take your energy up, take it up and up and up, 300 feet above your head, till it's beyond the sun, till you're reaching source light, universal, positive healing energy. Imagine this healing energy from up above. See it as a really bright golden healing light, and now send it down now. And then open a door. Imagine that there's a massive door between you and this receiving this light. Open that door wide, wide, wide open. Fling it as far as it can possibly go until it's completely wide open. And then send this healing light down now straight through your crown, the top of your head, your eyes, your ears, so you can see and feel and hear love and abundance. Down into your throat so you can speak love and abundance, receive more love than you can have ever possibly imagined. Down now into your heart. And as it reaches your heart, see yourself receiving and feeling light, universal source healing light from above and below, channeling into your heart. Okay. Now, so you can see and feel light, this beautiful healing light from above and below. And as it reaches your heart, let it completely expand out. Let it get bigger and brighter than you, bigger and brighter than your body. And feel this love from inside of you, this love that you're channeling in from above and below, get bigger and brighter than your body. Get bigger and brighter, expand it out into the room that you're in. Let it get bigger and brighter and expand it out, bigger than the building that you're in. Let it get bigger and brighter and expand it out, and see it get bigger and brighter and expanding out, bigger than the town or city that you're in, the village that you're in, wherever you are. Let it get bigger and brighter than the country that you're in. Let it get bigger and brighter. Whoa, I can feel that's really bright, guys. Well done, keep going. Get bigger and brighter than the world, and let it get bigger and brighter and expand it out into the universe, knowing it that and feeling that there is no limit to you, because you are unlimited and that you are love. So say it out loud and repeat after me. I am love. I am love. I am love. Beautiful. And then from this beautiful space, I want you to repeat after me, and I'm doing some energy healing with you right now. I am love. And I allow myself to give and receive more love than I could have possibly imagined. Bigger and brighter than you out into the universe. And everything in the way of that, repeat after me, and everything in the way of that, I uncreate, I shift, clear, heal, and de-story across all time, space, and reality. I am love. And see this light expanding out so you are completely overwhelmed in the most beautiful, positive way, expanded out into the universe. And you can just feel this love expanding out and see yourself now surrounded in a golden bubble of light, a beautiful, healing, golden bubble of light. And let this golden bubble of light be so incredibly strong. And this is your aura. So fill this golden bubble of light with so much love. And when you're ready, open your eyes and type in right now, how do you feel? How do you feel? Have I lost anyone? Or is everyone still swimming in that golden bubble of light? Beautiful. Light. I feel the power inside. Oh my God, that makes me want to cry. That is so beautiful. Energetic, happy, cozy, warm. How incredible. How else do you feel, guys? Let me know. Share with me. Share with everybody. And this is confident, beautiful, Oscar. That is so amazing. And this is just a clear sign to show you that, honestly, love does come from within. You don't need it from outside of you. Because the way you're feeling right now, this is something you get to cultivate from within, because you did this. You created this. You felt this. So the fact that you're feeling comfortable, happy, relaxed, light, empowered, all these words that you're typing in right now, you did this. So how good do you feel that you can do this for yourself? Tell me right now, how good do you feel knowing that you can do this from yourself? You don't need anything or anyone outside of you to make you feel like this. How beautiful is that? Tell me, how do you feel knowing that? Right? And that's what I mean. Everything, the world, your outer world is a reflection of what's happening in your inner world. So did you like that exercise? Type a yes if you did. Emotional, beautiful. Ellen, that just means there's so much that you get to let go of. Isn't that amazing? Yeah? I love it. I love you guys so much. Can you feel the love coming from me? Type a yes if you do. Vulnerable, and it was so good. Oh, I love you guys. Oh, it makes me so emotional in a happy way, because emotion is strength. Emotions are just energy emotions. So when you feel emotional, it just means that there is stuck energy in your field that you need to release, right? And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feeling. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do so much energy work every single day, and that's exactly what I teach my clients how to do. This work that I've done with you is exactly what I do. with the people that I work with, because I want everyone to feel amazing. I want everyone to feel light and good and happy and not rely on anyone from outside of you. You're welcome, beautiful. Okay, so let's go through the mistakes that are keeping people stuck in these negative patterns. All right. So the first mistake is not loving and valuing yourself, not putting yourself first. Who is guilty of this? Type a guilty if you are. Type a guilty if you are. If you are committing this mistake, if you are not loving and valuing yourself, and you are guilty of not putting yourself first. Samantha, that's so cute. I love that. Guilty as charged. That is amazing. So that is mistake number one. That is a key reason, one of the key reasons why you are attracting negative relationships, toxic relationships, why you are stuck in this pattern, because you are not loving yourself, you are not valuing yourself, you are not respecting yourself, and you are not putting yourself first, right? Okay, so see this cup, right? So we'd imagine that we're all the equivalent of my water bottle. Okay, so my water bottle is half full or half empty, however you want to look at it, right? So you have your own water bottle, you have your own cup. Now, what your water bottle or your cup is filled with is up to you. So you can either be filled with amazing, beautiful, nourishing, alkaline pH water like this is, or you can be filled of nasty stuff like Coca-Cola, right? And the reason why I say nasty is because Coca-Cola has a ton of sugar, and sugar is more addictive than cocaine, and it can also be used as toilet cleaner. That's what I use Coca-Cola for. That's not good for you, right? So you can, but it's disguised as something that is sugar sweet and delicious, just like a toxic relationship. Coca-Cola. So every time you like look at a Coca can, every time you look at a can of Coke, think about a toxic relationship. It's disguised, but it's really not good for you. Now, what we need to do is we need to fill up our jars or our cups with so much love, so much mind, body, and soul nourishment. So it's not just about exercising and eating well. Yeah, that's amazing. But you have to really nourish your mind, body, and soul, okay? Not just your body. And what we need to do is we need to pour out everything and anything that's not serving us. We need to pour out and let go of all the negative energy, all the negative beliefs like I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I'm not deserving, I'm different, I'm worthless. We need to pour all that stuff out. And then we need to fill it up with beautiful, nourishing, healthy water. But that cup, that jar needs to be full, right? It needs to be full of the stuff that you need to give yourself. So this is where you have to create the daily mind, body, and soul self-love rituals so that if you are choosing to give some of your beautiful, delicious, nourishing water to anybody else, do you choosing to love and give them time or energy, then you're constantly refilling up your own bottle. Because if you are half full, if you're empty like this cup here, then that's when you feel drained, because you physically do not have anything to give. Type a drained in if you've been there. And this is where you like literally want to sit in your bedroom and you want to like rock back and forth in the fetal position, and you want to become a hermit. Even if you're extroverted. I am pretty much a full extrovert, and sometimes I feel this way because I forget to fill up my own cup. And that's why I'm doing the work with you now, because I know how important this is, right? So you have to do that. And the other thing is you need to make space. So see how this jar is half full? What I mean by space is when you let go of your limiting beliefs, when you let go of negative or stuck, dense, heavy energy, so fear, guilt, shame, anger, sadness, when you let go of those emotions, because remember, emotions are energy, emotion, and they're just negative beliefs, which are creating those emotions, which is just energy you need to release, then you make space. And when you have space, like my water bottle right now, you make space to receive. You make space to receive the love that you desire. Now, the reason why I say love that you desire is because there's a difference between love that you desire and love you're creating. Because remember, what do we create? We recreate the familiar. So this is where you get to choose to create the love that you desire. So tell me right now, what is the type of love that you desire? Type in the chat box. What does it feel like? Because it all starts with energy. It feels like an energy is just emotions, right? Energy, emotion. So the love that I desire and I want to share with you to give you some ideas is it feels delicious, it feels safe, it feels confident, it feels sexy, it feels really happy and content, it feels peaceful, it feels nourishing, mind, body, and soul nourishing. And it feels positive, it feels light, right? Like that's the love. And you can be you can start to magnetically attract this love into your life. It doesn't have to be just from a significant other. It means love from anywhere, right? It could be love from the universe, love from pets, love from babies, love from family, love from friends, love from anywhere and everywhere. And when you embody this love, when you vibrate in this frequency of love, when you are this love, you become a magnet for more of this. Okay? Because everything is about vibration, everything is about frequency. Type in vibration if this is hitting home with you. Because what happens is you're either vibrating at a low vibe emotion, so fear, guilt, pain, sadness, anger, frustration, right? Which is down here, or you're vibrating at a high vibe emotion. So high vibes is love, joy, and peace. They're up here. Okay? Now, if you want more love, joy, and peace in your life, but you're feeling this, then what are you going to attract more of? Type in the chat box. If you're feeling fear, guilt, shame, anger, sadness, resentment, frustration, but you want to feel love, peace, and joy, what will you attract? Low vibes or high vibes? Type in the chat box right now. What do you think? And remember, this is all about the law of vibration, the law of attraction. Like attracts like. So if you're vibrating in low vibe emotions, exactly, you're going to attract what you vibrate. D, that's amazing, right? So whatever you're vibrating at, whatever you're and vibration just means what you're feeling, right? Because it's your atoms. So everything is made up of atoms, where our cells are made up of atoms, and atoms are 99.999% energy. Okay, so it's all about energy. So if you're vibrating at a low vibe frequency, and what I mean by frequency is that you're not vibrating very, very fast. Okay, because love, peace, and joy are vibrating very, very fast. That's why people always talk about vibration and frequency. So in order for you to attract what you want, you need to be vibrating on the same frequency, the same level. Okay, so an example of this is think of someone that's vibrating at a very high frequency that just feels like just emanates amazing energy, like Tony Robbins, right? Like Tony Robbins gets on stage and you're like, whoa, or like you hear Tony Robbins speak, you're like, whoa, this feels amazing, right? Because he's experiencing levels of peace, joy, and love. Okay, but so no one's going to go up to Tony Robbins and be like, hey mate, do you want a joint, or do you want a cocaine, or whatever? Like, because those are low vibe things, right? Or no one's going to go, hey, do you want to go, like, I don't know, join a gang or whatever? No way. But someone's going to go up to Tony Robbins and someone's going to go, hey, do you want to join my part? Like, do you want to invest in this $1 million company? Do you want this opportunity? Do you want this speaking opportunity? Whatever. Because he's vibrating at a high frequency. So it's all about your frequency. And how do you change your frequency? Write this down. Your authenticity is your frequency. Authenticity is your frequency. What does that mean? The more authentic you are, the more powerfully vulnerable you are, the higher your frequency, because your natural state is love. How easy was it to go through that exercise, right? Like, how easy was it to just feel good in that moment because you chose to? Your natural state is love. Your natural state is abundance. But what stops you from having that is you. What stops you from having that is the patterns that you keep recreating. And essentially, it's just walls you're putting up, right? It's walls to keep you safe, to keep you protected. So you just have all these walls. You're literally like an onion. We're like onions. So what we need to do is we need to peel back the layers so you can return back to your natural state of love. You can stop making these mistakes. Type in onion if this is resonating with you. Okay, so mistake number 2 is not expressing yourself and not setting loving boundaries, right? So this is what I meant by authenticity is your frequency. When you are not clearly expressing yourself, when your throat chakra is blocked and you're not saying what you think and feel, and you're not expressing yourself fully. So that's how you look, how you dress, what you say, what you do in life, fulfilling your purpose, painting, dancing, what are other forms of self-expression? Please help me out and type some forms down. What else? Talking, exercising, whatever it is for you. You need to express yourself completely and fully, right? So for me, as an example of that, I used to have like long black hair. Like, I was quintessential Asian good girl, school captain, like almost straight A's, like the good girl, right? And I fit into that mold because that was a familiar, because I was conditioned, trained from day one that I had to be the good girl. Now, shaved head, I don't know if you can see it. My hair's purple. I have purple eyelashes. I look very, very different. I wear crazy clothes. And what I mean by crazy is I just, like I'm dressed like a rainbow. Like my friends call me an anime character. And like literally a friend that I met the other day, she was like, she's like a manga character, right? Because it's, for me, that's a form of self-expression, because I felt very suppressed and repressed for a very long time. So what we do is we suppress and repress our emotions. So that's consciously or unconsciously shoving down how you feel into a black box and then shoving it inside of yourself. So who does that? Type in suppression or repression if you suppress or repress your emotions. And we've all been conditioned and trained to do this from birth. So pretty much everyone, right? So the mistake number 2 is not expressing yourself. So that's saying what you think, feel, and doing what you think and feel just because you want to, without fear of judgment, without fear of what anyone else says, thinks, feels, or does. And if this stuff is resonating with you, I do a lot of content about this on my Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to follow me on either, it's at Transform with Alexis. So the pink writing on the bottom of every single screen. So jump in, follow me on Instagram right now. I do a lot of content about this, about energy, about relationships, and about triggers and patterns and beliefs. So the other thing is not setting loving boundaries. So what's a loving boundary? A loving boundary is saying yes when you want to say yes and no when you want to say no. So remember, F yes, hell no. It's putting yourself first without caring what other people says, thinks, feels, or does. And it doesn't mean that you're not nice, because being nice, fitting into that mold of nice, isn't being authentic, right? Authentic is, yeah, you're going to piss people off. And yeah, not everyone's going to like you, but that's okay because you're being true to you, right? Okay. So mistake number 3 is, well, like I said before, not being authentic, and it's having that need for people to like, love, and respect you, right? So type a yes if you're guilty of this. Do you have that need for people to like, love, and respect you? And let's be honest here, pretty much, I guess nearly everyone here is going to raise their hand. So type a yes if you are guilty of this. You don't feel confident enough to be yourself. No judgment, absolutely no judgment. Guys, I love you. I'm so grateful that you're here and I want to help you, but we have to be honest with ourselves. Self-awareness is step number 1. Yes. Okay. So where does this come from? This comes from not cultivating that love from within. I'm putting to my heart, right? So if you want someone to like, love, or respect you, key sign is you're not being authentic. So that's like, imagine every time you catch yourself going, oh my God, I'm doing this or saying this or dressing like this because I want people to like, love, or respect me. Imagine you, like tiny version of you holding up a red flag going, hello, not right. That is a red flag, right? Because you have your own red flags, and you will attract, please write this down, you will attract toxic relationships into your life if you are doing this. You are literally a magnet for toxic relationships. If you are doing things because you want people to like, love, or respect you, then you have only yourself to blame. And I can speak this from experience. I was a quintessential good, nice girl. Not anymore. I like triggering people. It's kind of fun, right? So now, please write this down. Who is the only person that you need to like, love, and respect you? Answer it in the chat box. The only person I need to like, love, and respect me is myself. Martina, gold star, high five. I'm high-fiving all of you right now. The only person I need to like, love, and respect me is myself. Please write that down. Not anybody else. Not anybody else. Not your partner, your best friend, your work colleagues, your friends, etc. And in fact, if people don't like you, even better. Even better. It means that you're being authentic. Everyone gets haters. I had a hater, a troll, comment on my Facebook the other day. I did a reel about energy is everything. Type a yes if you've seen it. And then the hater wrote, you're fake as F, like private messaged me to tell me that. And I was like, okay, this is what you do with haters, right? I want you to remember this and let this be a an anchor for you. And anchors are things where you see something, you remember it, like Coke can. If you see Coke can, you're like, red flag. Coke can, red flag, unhealthy, toxic relationship, right? So this is I really want to empower you with this anchor. Have you heard the Ariana Grande song, Thank You Next? Type a yes if you have. If you haven't, write thank you next and then go and YouTube this after this workshop, after this masterclass. When someone is being a troll to you, when someone is being a hater and they're being nasty or they're saying nasty comments to you, like that girl who decided to private message me and say, I'm fake as F, right? This is what you play in your head. You're like, thank you, next. It's like you're swiping, right? It's like you're swiping on a dating app. No, so you're swiping no. Thank you, next. And then like that, you can let it go. Thank you, next. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because you don't need that crap. You don't need to fill this up with nasty Coke. Okay? And honestly, you need to fill it up with nourishment. So thank you, next. Type a thank you, next, if you're going to use this as your anchor. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. Love it, love it. Okay. Exactly, right? All right. So this is the domino effect. When you are not thank you nexting and you're being this pattern and you're being this toxic relationship magnet because you're not loving yourself and you're not putting yourself first, then this has a domino effect on your life and it literally F's up every single area of your life. Your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your purpose. 4 main areas in your life. And by purpose, I mean doing something that fulfills you, that fulfills your soul. Doing something that makes a difference, that makes you feel really, really good, right? Not just your work, your purpose, okay? Because you could be doing something for work, but your purpose is something else. Like my mum works for a bank. She's a business banker. But her purpose is she does energy healing for free, right? She does chi healing because they have like a organization that does it. So that's her purpose. She loves teaching people how to do it, right? So when you aren't living in alignment, you're not being authentic, you're not listening to and following your intuition, and you're not loving and accepting yourself the way that you are, then this has a domino effect on every single area of your life. Type in domino if this is resonating with you. And if you're like, I get it now. That's why my health is effed up. That's why my relationships is effed up. That's my wealth isn't as abundant as I want it to be. And that's why I'm not living and breathing my life purpose. Type a domino if this is you right now. Is this no one? I don't see any dominoes in the chat box. Okay, so I want to tell you and show you a couple of real life results. That happens when you stop this domino effect. When you're like, you know what? I am going to stop these dominoes. I'm going to start loving myself and putting myself first. So this is a testimonial. It's a testimonial video. You can check it out on, I think she's on my webpage, but I'm going to start uploading them on YouTube as well. Type of YouTube, by the way, if you want access to my YouTube channel. So Nancy, female empowerment specialist, psychotherapist, basically like a women's relationship coach. She's phenomenal. I love it a bit. Now we all need help, right? Even coaches need coaches. So this is the work I did with her. Essentially, the work that I do with my clients is I help guide, coach, empower, and teach my clients to love yourself, be yourself, express yourself, and trust yourself. Because everything comes down to those 4 things. Love, be, express, and trust, right? That's how you can get into alignment. And that's how you can start to have a magical divine life full of beautiful divine synchronicities. So I worked with Nancy, and this was for me, this was everything. Because my mission in life, my goal in life is to make a difference. I even have it tattooed on my arm. I don't know if you can see it. It's a micro tattoo. It's tiny, right? And for me, making a difference is helping people to love themselves and express themselves, be themselves, because I know what it's like to not to. That's what led me on this journey, right? So type a yes if you'd love to love and express yourself fully without caring what other people think or feel, by doing crazy things, right? Yes. Oh, I love you guys so much. Oh, can you feel the love? I'm getting so emotional just thinking about it. I love you guys so much. This is so beautiful. Soulmate tribe. See everyone here that is really feeling this right now? Hey, Oyster. It's just feeling this love. And remember, this is how easy it is. You can cultivate this from within. You don't need it from outside of you, especially from a yucky, toxic person, right? Okay. So 3 steps to break the pattern. Get super excited, guys. Type in excited if you're excited. We're going to go through these steps. Step number 1, recognize the red flags. Recognize the red flags. Okay. So remember, what were the red flags? What's key red flag number 1? If you don't, what yourself? Type it in the chat box. And as we're waiting for that to come through, step number 2 is if you're not setting loving boundaries, right? So recognize the red flags. Beautiful. If you don't love yourself, Ellen, gold star to you, love you. So recognize a red flag, set loving boundaries, and express yourself. Unblock this throat chakra and really, really express yourself, right? And when you start to do these things, remember what I was talking to you about with the neuro pathways, the pathways in your brain. So doing something, if you do something once, yeah, that's really hard. It's like learning how to do anything, right? Doing these things when you first do it, I'm not going to say it's easy. Yes, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really challenging because you don't have that pathway yet, right? You don't have that neuro pathway. That's why there's this diagram on the screen. So going from A to B is going to be hard. It's like driving a new route or walking a new route. The first time, it's a little bit tricky, but if you do it over and over and over again, it gets easier and easier and easier until it becomes your norm, until it becomes your state of being, until this becomes just who you are. And isn't that easy to know that just to be who you are is just to be yourself? So literally, this is about giving yourself permission to be yourself. So please write this down. I give myself permission to be myself. And type a yes if you're choosing to give yourself permission to just be yourself. And then take a breath out. Like, how freeing does that feel? How beautiful does that feel? How light does that feel to go, I just get to be myself? I can see loads of yeses. I just get to be me. I honestly just get to be me. And this is what it feels like, right? Like, type a genuine if you feel like I'm genuine, because I'm just being myself. Literally sitting here, purple hair. It's like, I don't even think I've done it. I think I blew dry it. That's about it. In my sports bra, because I love wearing active wear. And I just get to be me. I'm chatting to you like I would chat to a friend. Right? Genuine. I love you guys. And how easy does it feel? How light does it feel, right? And if I wasn't being genuine, could you feel it? Honestly. Genuine, high vibration. Rosa, oh my God, I love you. Genuine, right? If I wasn't being genuine, then could you feel it? Yes or no? Yes, right? Exactly. So this is what people can feel when they're around you too. And this is what I want to empower you to be able to start to feel and pick up with others. If people aren't being genuine, then yeah, you can feel it. Empower yourself to know that. Empower yourself to know that you are super freaking powerful. You are super sensitive, but that is a strength. That is an absolute strength. And you get to give yourself permission to start trusting your heart, trusting your soul, and knowing what is right to you based on how you feel. How you feel, not what you think, how you feel. Because what's up here, remember, what's up here is just recreating the familiar. You're not going to receive a new idea by thinking about it. No, you receive an amazing, incredible idea when you just allow yourself to get out of your way. Who's ever had type of fun, if you've experienced this before, who's ever just given yourself space? You know, you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to go for a walk, or I'm going to have a shower, or whatever. I'm just going to stop whatever I'm doing. I'm going to give myself a break. And then in that break, when you're having fun, when you're feeling really good, you receive that incredible insight. You receive that inspiration. You receive that download. You receive that incredible idea. Type of fun if you've ever experienced this. Right? Now, the reason why this is so, and the reason why this is the case, is because when you're trying really hard, when you're feeling frustrated or angry or resentful, and you're like trying really hard and you're acting out of scarcity, you're acting out of fear, you're acting out of lack, and you're trying to work really hard, you're trying to do more, then are you in a low vibe state or are you in a high vibe state? Type it in the chat box. You're in a low vibe state, right? And if you're in a low vibe state, then how can you receive the insight, the inspiration, the download, the idea that's in a high vibration state? You can't. So that's why it's so critical, so essential, just to give yourself a break, go and have some fun. And then by doing that, you're going to allow yourself to go up. You're going to allow yourself to raise your vibration. So you're in a high vibe state. And when you're in a high vibe state, act from that space. Now, if you want some tips on how to get into a high vibration state, type in YouTube, because I did a YouTube about this. It was, what was it called? 5 ways to raise your vibration instantly. So type in YouTube if you want to watch that YouTube video, and then we will put it into an email. YouTube, nice. Okay, so step 1, this is recognizing the flags. Notepad and pen out, everyone. All right, so this is red flag, stop. Okay, so I want you to type in right now, or write in your notebook, what are your red flags? What are your red flags? Okay, and I'm going to share with you some examples. My red flags, or my past red flags, because I've gotten like really good at catching this now, right? And with my clients. Okay, so, good one. Attracted to someone who is emotionally unavailable. Warning signs, massive red flags. What do I mean by someone that's emotionally unavailable? Someone that plays games, someone who doesn't show interest in you, someone who takes forever to get back to you, someone who doesn't prioritize you, and someone who doesn't put you first, someone who is controlling, someone who is blaming you for things, someone who's playing the victim, someone who is taking you on that wonderful roller coaster of effed upness, whereby they don't pay you any attention, and then all of a sudden they're super, super, super nice to you, and they're like, oh, I love you and I want to do everything for you. And then when you're like, oh my God, they're starting to change, and you allow yourself to be a little bit comfortable and a little bit more confident and happy in the relationship, then all of a sudden they're like literally unloading you like a ton of bricks, and they become super, super abusive, and they're like, oh, but you're this and you're that and you're a effing whatever, and you've done this and it's all your fault and I hate you, and all those horrible things. That's the wonderful world of abuse and manipulation. It's like this roller coaster. Type in roller coaster if you've been there. So for me, all of those are red flags, right? So what I want you to know, or what I want you to write down and really get clear on for you, so what I invite you to do is, what patterns have you been repeating? What patterns have you been repeating? And recognizing and understanding that that is a red flag, and the roller coaster is a pattern. Controlling, egocentric, manipulative behaviors, roller coaster. Not saying how I feel. Samantha, amazing awareness. I love that. Controlling, roller coaster. Absolutely. So what are your red flags, and what patterns have you been repeating? Now we use the dating world analogy, shutting down, someone who does not really want to be with me. Amazing awareness, guys. Oh, congratulations. Yes. So I'm not clapping your shitty patterns. I'm clapping your amazing awareness, because this is where you start to choose to be empowered, right? Okay. So step 1, get crystal clear on the patterns. Step 2, this is where you get to set loving boundaries. Now, where and how does this all begin? It starts with your values. Values, right? So your values are the most important things to you. Now, you can have different types of values, but what I really, really want you to focus on right now is, what are your values in relationships? What do you value in a relationship? So type in your first 5 values, and you can absolutely steal a copy of mine, right? So my top 5 values are honesty, loyalty, support, being positive or uplifting, which I guess kind of goes with support, but I want that. For me, support means having my back no matter what, right? Bridget, oh, I love you at the gym. Oh, thank you for tuning in, even while you're at the gym. That is amazing, right? So honesty, loyalty, support, having my back no matter what, uplifting. I want them to be positive and have a positive impact on my life, and trust. So those are my 5 values when it comes to relationships, right? So this, knowing what your values are, and type in your values, share with us in the chat box or write them down in your notebook, whatever's going to serve you better. Knowing your values and staying true to your values is, and crossed by integrity, Alexis. Yes, exactly. Whatever your values are is really, really important. So you need to know your values and be able to count them off like this, and why, and what do your values mean to you. Why? Because your values help you create your boundaries. Because if someone doesn't value these things and doesn't demonstrate to you these things, then it's really easy to go bye-bye. Right? Bye-bye. I do not need you in my life. I do not need you in my life. And this is where you get to set loving boundaries. And it doesn't mean that you don't love them. It doesn't mean that you don't respect them. It doesn't mean that you don't like them. It just means that you're choosing to put you first, right? You first. Because you're the most important person in your life. You're the hero of your story. So it's time that you stopped being supporting character in your own story. So what I want you to reflect on right now is what I invite you to do is, what have you been tolerating? What have you been tolerating in your life that you no longer need to tolerate in your life? Okay. So a story of mine was, I had a pattern of toxic relationships with friends, right? With girlfriends. So like whoever my female best friend wasn't in alignment with these values. So what I was experiencing in my life time and time again was I was constantly being betrayed by my girlfriend, my female best friend. Why? Because I was tolerating it. So whatever you are experiencing in your life, it's because you're tolerating it. It's because you're allowing it to happen. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So you can go bye-bye. Okay, type in bye-bye if you're ready to do that. And you need to start by getting really crystal clear on what your values are. Because when you know what your values are, then it's easier. Bye-bye. I love that. I love the hand wave too. Amazing, Bridget. And I love that because when you know what your values are, then it's really easy to go, okay, it's like a mental checklist, right? Like, are you doing X, Y, Z? I also tolerate abuse with my close female friends, right? And this was happening in my life over and over and over again. And I'm an extrovert, so I make friends super, super easily, right? Like I'm friendly because I'm genuine. Like I speak from a love space. I'm like a heart space. Like, oh my God, I love you. Can we be friends? But because I was doing that, I was like, I'm that supportive person. Like I will do anything and everything to help a friend. But what I wasn't doing was that I wasn't expecting the same, and I was tolerating it. So I would get the whole controlling, manipulative, abusive, put me down type of behavior from those friends. And now I choose not to participate. So here is a golden nugget. So here is how you can kind of nicely exit that. Give yourself space, give yourself distance. You do not need to tolerate that behavior. Remember, it's your life, so you get to choose. So kind of distance yourself away, right? You can physically distance yourself away as well. Like I'm in Barcelona. I come from Brisbane, Australia. I'm a long way from home, but I could not be happier, right? And then from that space, if they kind of pop up in your life again, like I received an A4 text message from a friend of mine that I decided our values weren't aligned. So I was like, bye-bye. Okay. And then she sent me this message and she was like, your behavior is disgusting. You can't shut people out of your life, blah, 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 blah. So clearly she wasn't liking me or loving me at that point. And remember what I said about authenticity. Okay. When you're being authentic, you're going to piss people off. You're going to have people in your life that don't like, love, or value or respect you. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. She was even saying things like, you call yourself an empath coach and whatever, but you clearly show no empathy. Like, how dare you? Your behavior is disgusting. You can't I value friendships, but clearly you don't, and so on. A very long message. So I let myself sit on it, reflect on it, because expect that this is going to happen because we're all connected energetically. So when you decide to cut that energetic cord and you decide to say bye-bye to people out of your life, this is what they're going to do. They're going to come clawing back into your life because they can feel it energetically that you've cut them off, and they will say and do everything and anything to get you back in your life, to get back into your life. Who's ever experienced that? Type of claw if you've experienced this effect, especially in relationships, like significant other relationships. It's like you've gone, you know what, I've had enough, and you don't even have to say that to them. And all of a sudden they like call you, they're texting you, they're like, I want you back, I need you back, right? Like claw. It's like it's that feeling, right? So anyway, so this happened with this friend. So I said to her, out of love and respect, I need a time and distance away from you to be able to heal, to be able to process, and to work on myself. So I can't be the friend that you need and want me to be right now. I want to love and put myself first. I'm sending you so much love. I really, really wish you all the love and happiness in the world, and I'm releasing you with love. And just like that, It was like the tension and the yucky energy between us evaporated. And I said, look, I really love you and I just hope you're doing really, really well. And the message she sent back was like, yeah, I am doing really well. Here's all the amazing things in my life. Hope you're doing well too. So you can gracefully exit. Okay. Step number 3 is you have to express yourself. And that's what I did with that text to her. You have to express yourself. So I want to know, write it, like share with me in the chat box. Where have you been abandoning yourself? Where haven't you been expressing yourself? What haven't you been saying? What have you not been? Where in your life have you been withholding your self-expression? Saying, dressing, doing, where are you keeping yourself in a black box? Let me know. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Remember the jar analogy. Remember this analogy. Well, this is the can of Coke. This is the jar of Coke. The nasty stuff that's not good for you, right? But disguised in sugary, delicious sweetness, just like a toxic relationship. You need to let go of these limiting beliefs to let the good stuff in, because your jar, just like this can of Coke, is filled with the nasty stuff. So here are a list of common limiting beliefs. So type in the comments, which one do you need to let go of? If it's all of them, type all of them. Putting the emotions of another before my own needs. Exactly. Before my self needs. Caring too much about what other people think. I overwork, so I have no time to do any healing at all. I'm avoiding everything for others. Thank you. Like, honestly, this is so amazingly courageous for you to share, and so powerful as well. Powerful for your own healing and for your own growth. So you need to let go to let in. So what limiting beliefs do you need to let go of? Or all of them? Is it all of them? I should. All of them. All of them. All of them. All of them. Right? Okay. So I want you to know that you can absolutely, you have the power to heal, let go, and love yourself. So this is where it starts. And this is the process, the journey that I've taken you on. So we've awakened what's inside of you. You've received awareness. You've learnt. You've started to evolve because you've now become consciously aware and consciously competent of what you're good at doing. Yeah? You become consciously aware of the mistakes that you're making. Type in mistake if you have. And you become consciously aware of the steps you need to take. So the next steps is giving yourself permission to transform, to do what's required, what's necessary, put the energy and time and effort in for you to become that authentic, powerfully vulnerable. And by powerfully vulnerable, I mean vulnerability is something where it's like, you're exposed. But being powerfully vulnerable is embracing who you are. It's embracing your emotions and owning it. It's literally owning your shit and going, you know what? I'm scared, but I'm doing this anyway. You know what? I'm feeling like this, but I'm going to say this anyway. I'm shit scared of having this conversation with you, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to share how I actually feel because that's me expressing myself. That's being powerfully vulnerable. It's being powerfully authentic because you could still be afraid of caring what other people may think, feel, or say about you, but it's doing it anyway because you're choosing to put yourself first. And how beautiful and how empowering is that? Who is ready to choose to put yourself first? Type in choose if you are. Choose. I love you guys so much. Well done, honestly. choose. Good work. Okay, so I want you to know that you can do it. You can absolutely be the love of your own life. You can fall madly in love with yourself and leave behind all patterns of not good enoughness and unworthiness. And you can step into feeling completely confident, secure, and lovable AF. Lovable AF. Doesn't that feel good? Lovable AF. And completely authentic AF. Because remember, authenticity is your frequency because it's not returning you back to that natural state of love. Return back to that natural state of love. Type in love if that feels really good for you. If that's something that you would love to do, that you would like to do, right? Because when you return back to that natural state of love, you don't need and you will not attract toxic relationships. In fact, you become the opposite. You will magnetically attract the love that you desire, the relationships that you desire. Beautiful soulmate tribe that you absolutely love and adore. Like my clients are my soulmate tribe. I absolutely love my clients. My intention, because everything starts with intention, was to magnetically attract soulmate tribe clients that I love and adore, who love and adore me, that I love in so much that I would go traveling with them. Because for me, traveling with someone is like the utmost, I love you that much, right? Because you gotta spend a long time with them. So here's an example of what happens when you get into this space, right? So I worked with Chris. So I want to share this testimonial with you because I want to share that you don't have to be you can be anyone that wants to do this, that wants to start this journey, right? So Chris, construction worker and firefighter, family man, and he was unconsciously projecting a lot of negativity and stress onto his family and work colleagues. So he was being that toxic person. So we worked on so much. We worked on relationships, we worked on communication, self-expression, self-love. And as a result of that, like this was for me, like the most amazing thing. He felt so much lighter and happier, and his relationships with his kids transformed. So he's literally healed himself and healed his kids. And this is the power of the work that you do this with. If you're in a relationship with anyone, family, friend, anyone, and you do the work on yourself, then you will heal and up-level that relationship without them having to do anything. Because remember, we're all connected by energy. And what you're going to do is you're going to change and shift that energy between you. How amazing is that? Type in energy if that sounds exciting to you. I love this work so much. Love it so much. Yeah, exactly. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so the next steps are you ready? Right? So here are the next steps. You have to learn how to love and accept yourself just the way that you are, and put yourself first without feeling bad. Sounds tricky, hey, but you can absolutely do it. Step number 2 is heal from the past and let go of toxic relationships, people pleasing, and not feeling good enough. You need to make the choice to do the work to let go. So step number 3 is be completely confident, peeling back the layers. Just be yourself, be the middle of that onion, shine your light so freaking bright that everyone feels it and get excited the fact that you're going to trigger people. It's like, yes, funny, right? Without fear of judgment. Because when you start to trigger people like that girl that messaged me and said you're fake as F, what do? We go, thank you. What's the swipe? Thank you. What? Thank you. Next. Yes. I love it. So are you ready for the next step? Type in ready if you're ready for the next step. I love that song. Ready. Amazing. Ready. Okay. So what I invite you to do, if you are ready, willing, and able to change, is book a free breakthrough session with me. So what is this breakthrough session? This breakthrough session with me is a conversation that you and I get to have one-on-one via Zoom, just like this. We talk about what you're struggling with. What are you personally struggling with in your life? Who you're struggling with? What's happening in your world at the moment? We talk about how actually do you want to feel? What is your vision? And what is your vision beyond the vision? If you're already there, what would be your next steps? Because we need to expand your container to receive. What do I mean by that? Is you need to step into the reality that you really, 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 truly want. Because it's all about emotions. It's all about feeling into that, right? That feels really, really good. It's when you're like, oh my God, I would love to feel this. I would love to have this. And if I was already here, what would be my next steps? And then we chat about how I can actually help you get there. If you are ready, willing, and able to take this step, to take this leap into investing time, energy, and effort into yourself to actually change. Because I work with people that are change makers. I work with people that are serious about getting real life results, like you've seen in these testimonials. And I'm not saying it to brag. I'm saying it because I genuinely want to help people that genuinely want to change, right? If you genuinely want to invest time, effort, energy, and financially invest in yourself. And the reason why I say financially invest in yourself is because that is a sign of putting yourself first. That is a sign of loving and valuing yourself. I remember the first time that I invested in a coach, I was so scared. I was petrified, right? And this coach is really phenomenal. He trained the coaches that it's called, oh God, I can't remember the name. But basically the school where Tony Robbins used to teach at, as in like life coaches or the coaching schools, he trains the coaches in that school. So he is a really high level coach. He's amazing. And I remember he was the first one-on-one coach that I invested with. And I was so scared because I was like, oh my God, it's so much money, blah, blah, blah. But what I realized was that by saying yes to doing that, I was saying yes to myself. I was saying yes to saying, you know what? I deserve it. And I'm ready. I'm ready to put myself first. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to do whatever it takes because I am sick and tired of being the sick, anxious, unhappy person that keeps repeating these same patterns. I'm so done with it. So, if you are ready, willing, and able to invest in yourself and to change your life and to get real life results and magnetically attract the love and relationships that you desire, that you are worthy of, that you want, then, oh my God, then book a call with me. Book a call with me because I cannot wait to speak with you. So here's a link to my calendar. There are limited spaces available because there's only one of me and I run regular workshops every week. So I'm getting quite a lot of calls every week. So book a call with me and let's talk about how we can actually help you, get you to magnetically attract the love that you want, to feel happy and light and free and comfortable and confident and just being yourself. And that feeling that you felt after we did that little exercise, how do you get to feel that way? Pretty much all of the time. How do you get to radiate that love from within? And how do you actually get to be comfortably happy being yourself? You're so, oh my God, you're so welcome. And I cannot wait to speak with you. Like, I hope you can feel my love because I adore working with beautiful people. I adore working with beautiful people. And I would absolutely love to work with you. So let me know. I do loads of different things. So if you're worried about finances being a barrier, then I have a group coaching program. I have 2 group coaching programs and I offer one-on-one coaching as well. So there is a way that I can help you no matter what. So don't let anything be a barrier to you because you deserve it. So I want you to know right now, what are your questions? I'll hang on for a few minutes because I am conscious of time. I know we've gone a little bit over the time limit, but what questions do you have? Either come off mute and ask me your questions or type your questions in the chat box. Oh, beautiful. Jill, I love you. Thank you so much. No worries. No worries. I'll follow your other events and platforms to connect with you again. You're like, thank you. Okay, so my YouTube channel, if you are wanting to follow my YouTube channel as well, is Transform with Alexis. Beautiful. Thank you, Bridget. I cannot wait to speak to you. This is my YouTube channel. You'll see me on there. I think it's a photo of me chilling in an outfit going like this. And it's got my 3 colors, so blue, purple, and pink. That's my YouTube channel. Instagram and Facebook is at Transform with Alexis. And let me know what questions you have. Thank you so much, brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Oh my God, thank you so much, Nicola. Beautiful talk. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Katia. Thank you so much. It was awesome. Guys, I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you for all your help and beautiful words. You're so welcome. You're so, 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 so welcome. Thank you for all your time. I loved it. You're very, very welcome. So I run regular workshops. I'm running some amazing. Thanks, Oyster. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Camilla. Thanks, Bridget. Thanks, Paul. Love you guys. Aw, thanks, Jen. That is so beautiful. You're really positive and genuine. Thank you. It was a great workshop. Oh, you're so welcome. So let me know while you're hanging on for a few more minutes. Let me know what is one thing that you took away from this workshop. What did you learn from this workshop? Aw, Christine, that is beautiful. Thank you so much. You're a river of optimism and authenticity. That is, I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. So what is one thing that you took away from this workshop? And let me know what questions do you have, and I'll hang on for a few more minutes. Positive reinforcement, absolutely. All the good vibes and the good vibes. Good vibes only, right? Good vibes only. So remember, if you want to watch my YouTube about 5 ways to raise your vibration instantly, then check it out on my YouTube channel. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It's new. I'm so grateful for this. Thank you so much to give this energy to us. You're so welcome. Like the clear structure of reminders. Beautiful. Thank you. It's so amazing to have you guys on here. I'm so, so, so grateful. All right. So I'm going to hang on for another minute just in case you have any questions. That I need more attention to raise my vibration. Yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. And I can teach you how to not only raise your vibration yourself, but heal and let go of things yourself. Fear does not exist. It's only in your mind. You are limitless and abundant and endless possibilities. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the most important thing for me is, and that's what I like working with my clients, is teaching you how to not just listen to your intuition, but how to follow it. So how to make decisions really clearly, really quickly, really easily, knowing that you're on the right path, knowing that you're in complete alignment and that you're doing the right thing for you, right? Even if it feels like you're unsure, even if it feels like it's inconvenient in your rational mind, your brain, your ego, your logical mind's like, oh my God, what, are you crazy? It's just having that deep sense of knowing and how to tap into the yes versus the hell no, right? And it's separating that mind and the heart space and following and living in the heart space, because that's where love comes from. That's where you get to manifest, right? It's all about attraction. It's all about vibration. It's all about frequency. But that comes from a heart space. It comes from that beautiful knowing space, which is amazing. Oh, we still have so many people online. I love you guys. Okay, any last questions? No? Okay. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I am sending you all so much love. I hope you have a beautiful day or night, wherever you are. And please follow me on socials and keep in touch. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.